Man. I just smoked him. Right now.
Come on in.
So going into the 2022 season, we picked up a permission piece from a family friend. It was 300 acres. It was mainly hay fields. There wasn't a whole lot of timber on it, but it was a lot of scrub brush and acorn thickets, and there was a bunch of drainages that held a lot of deer. So we go in there and deploy some trail cameras, and we had several good bucks on camera, but this buck was the biggest one we had, and we decided to hunt him pretty hard towards the end of November. He was off and on throughout the season, and then late season, towards Christmas and even the 1st of January, he started daylighting on a feeder we put up. But we never could seal the deal on him that season. But we knew going into the 2023 season, we were going to get a food plot planted in there close to where he started daylighting and make it a little bit better to even the odds with a buck that was normally nocturnal. So we go in there, we plant a good food source for him, and trying to hold the doe numbers in there a little bit more, and also just congregate the deer to one spot just to even the odds a little bit with a mature buck like this. We got all the seed planted, and we went ahead and fertilized the plot, and now we're just waiting on the rain. Hopefully we can get a good rain shower on it to get a jump start for the season. Derek harvested his big buck October 1st of this season, and then a few days later, I harvested the big 7. We started out the 2023 season with a bang, and now we are just waiting on King to show back up on that property. We haven't had pictures of him since January of 2022, but we figured he must have been just a rut buck on that property. We ran summer cameras on the property and had several good young bucks, but never had King in there. So now we just had to wait and hope that since we have the stage set with the food source and the does, hopefully he will show back up on camera. Finally, we got the pictures we've been waiting for. On Halloween Eve, the King is back. He showed up, and we were so excited to finally get after this buck. The morning that King showed up, we were out of town on a family vacation for a wedding. And then the cameras were dead. No more King. He just showed up that one morning and went MIA. So we hunted hard. We hunted other properties for other bucks. Had several really good encounters, but no King. We couldn't believe it. How he showed up on Halloween and then just wasn't on the cameras. We know those bucks aren't always on cameras and they don't tell you everything. But for that property and the location, with the amount of cameras we were running, we knew if he was on the property, we probably weren't going to miss him. We had several good decoy encounters that got the bucks into bow range. It's a really important tool for your arsenal. If you bow hunt a lot, it's a game changer. This is the hardest I've ever hunted in one season. Derek and I have put in over 200 plus hours in the tree, having several good encounters with a bunch of up-and-comers and several good mature bucks. But with me only having one tag left, I was just waiting on King or another shooter to show up. We finally get the notification we've been waiting for. The Tacticam app went off, and Derek sent me and Dad a picture and said the King is back. Seeing him work this scrape so aggressively, I knew we probably had a really good chance of getting in there the next morning with a decoy and setting that decoy up on the food plot and rattling and maybe having a chance of getting him in. With King being gone for 30 plus days and he is finally back on the property, we have high hopes going into the morning hunt. Not 5 minutes after my grunt and rattling sequence, I was scanning the field, and I looked to my right, and I see a deer, and I could not believe my eyes. It was King. I told Dad, there he is. And now it's game on.
That's him, ain't it? Maybe he'll walk right down the hot wire.
Yeah. I just smoked him.
I'm on him. How close was he?
37. Dude, I mean, I lunged him. He was right behind the shoulder. The decoy?
Yeah.
He was pinned at her. If we had the buck decoy, dude. Oh my God.
Here.
Let me just, I gotta get my gills here. Holy cow, that deer was huge.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you. Dad, when you were talking to me, I was scanning and I see a deer. And I'm like, oh, it's just a doe. You know how it is?
That Rex.
Dude.
Oh.
What just happened? Did you see the arrow on the screen? It went all the way through him.
I got a little tight, so
Yeah.
I just backed out.
Yeah.
And so I didn't see the arrow because I got tight and the top of his rack wasn't in, so I backed out a little bit. That's a big deer.
It happened so fast.
It does. You heard those horns, didn't you? How long had it been?
Maybe.
He was looking.
Oh yeah.
He was looking.
He came in.
Yeah.
If we had that buck decoy out there, oh my God.
Well, it don't matter.
Oh no, I know. All right, let me check this thing real quick. I'm freaking juiced, dude. I'm trying to watch for blood. Oh yeah, Daddy. Oh yeah.
Video okay?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's cooked, bud. Blood just pumping, Dad. Let me give me some. Well, guys, we think we just got a big buck down. We've been in the tree for an hour, haven't seen a deer. Dad and I got in late. I did a little rattling sequence, grunt call, can call, rattled afterwards. 5 minutes went by. The big buck that we were in here for that showed back up last night, he's been MIA for 3 weeks. We didn't have a nickname for this deer. He was on this property, hit or miss last year, and we hunted him hard and never could get on him. Showed up last night. We get in the tree, just rattled him into 35 yards, and I think I just drilled this deer. I think I double lunged him, complete pass through, mid-body right behind the shoulder. I replayed the footage, and when he was running off, there was blood coming out both sides. And this deer is way bigger than we thought. The pictures does not do him justice. Just a huge frame deer, probably 6 or 7 plus. But November 24th, high pressure morning, cold front, north wind, 30 degrees, and he just came to play. And I think Dad and I got it done. So we're gonna slip out of here and go track this deer, and hopefully we got a big buck down. Thanks for coming, Dad.
You're welcome, brother.
Let's go find this buck.
All right, let's go find him.
Just keep it there. Let's do it. Alright, here's the arrow. Right here. So, I'll pick it up, but he was standing. I thought he was more on that 2-track, but he was standing right here. In our tree stand. He was 37 yards on my rangefinder. I ranged him. He peeled back, but what happened right here is whenever this buck was starting to work off, he saw this doe decoy. And I just got done rattling, so he was looking for a fight. And it got the reason we killed that buck this morning with the bow is solely for that decoy. Because he was just gonna skirt. Which granted, I probably could have grunted or something and might have got him in here. But once he saw that decoy, he came in bow range. And he kind of started to peel back away from it, and I think what he was trying to do was get downwind because we had a north wind. So I'm assuming he was crossed and got downwind of this decoy. But I stopped him right here at 37 broadside and a complete pass through. Blood all through here. Good blood all the way through here. All right, guys, we probably tracked him 30 or 40 yards after the shot. Good blood, bubbles all in it. I'm pretty sure it's a good double lung, so we're gonna keep easing up. Hopefully we'll have our hands on this dude. We just got on last blood on the interview. What do you go, 50? If that, I mean,
Yeah.
it's right there.
Maybe 50.
There he is, boys. Hey, girls. Let's go put our hands on this dude. Look at all the blood on this. Double lung shot. They don't carry that. Thank you, Lord. Man. Let me get him drug out here. Let's check this thing out there. What a old breed. Look at that deer. He broke off a big split down here. Double lung. What a cool deer. Man. That is so cool, man. He just flares out so wide. Man, look at that. All right, guys, we got him out. This is kind of a surreal morning. Dad and I didn't really have plans to go hunt this morning. Derek so we have 2 cameras on this property. One is mine and one is Derek's. And they're Tacticams, which send cell cam pictures to your phone. And last night we're sitting at the Thanksgiving table and Derek sends us a picture and he said the king is back. And we've never really had a nickname for this deer, so I think it suits him with his frame and spread to call him King. And let me tell you, he looked like a king coming out of that timber this morning. Had history with this deer last year, never got to capitalize on him. And then he started showing back up around Halloween this year. And he disappeared for almost 30 days, and he showed back up last night, and we knew we had to get in there. And I did a rattling sequence, and he came in 5 minutes after we called. And worked out perfect. Came in to 36 yards, and I double lunged him. And it was an awesome morning. Dad and I got to enjoy the beautiful fall weather, cold, and the big bucks were moving. So we're gonna get him cleaned up. And this buck and that property, we put work in for the last 3 or 4 years there. I shot this deer, but honestly, Derek and Dad, we've all put in so much time. It's really all of our buck. So we're gonna celebrate tonight on this beautiful deer, and I am tagged out. It's the first time ever for me to tag out in a season, and both of them with my bow. So I'm super excited about that. So awesome buck and awesome story. I'm glad to finally close the chapter on this beautiful deer. King's inside spread ended up being 25 1/4 inches. Such a wide deer and so framey. When these stories all come together, it's almost surreal to us. We put so much time and effort just for one opportunity on a deer like this, especially when it comes to bow hunting. You have to get them into range, you have to have the wind, and it just seems like everything has to be perfect, and you have to get lucky. But that is why we love bow hunting.